Yeah, baby, baby. Coach Shelton Harrison. Coach Shelton Harrison. There never be no comparison. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. I need to rap. I need to feel it. Man, I need a beat. I need a beat. I'm going to see if the coach can get a beat. Okay? I'm going to see if I can get a beat. I don't know. I don't know what beat I can get. I just feel like doing a rap, but I don't know. I just don't know. But guys, we here, the Bias but Balance podcast. That's right. All MMA. All MMA. All raw MMA talk. PG-13, of course. But guys, you know every Sunday I come with it with this show. I got two of y'all in the building. Who we got? Who we got? How you gonna explain this? How you gonna explain this? We're gonna do some breakdowns. We're gonna do some fight metrics. And guys, we're gonna talk about something a little bit different. You know, we're gonna talk about a situation that happened, okay? A situation that happened that somebody wanted my take on, man. And I'm gonna definitely give my take on it, okay? Conor McGregor is back, okay? He back. Man, maybe he done blew through all that money. I don't know. And Dana White says Amanda Nunes. Well, he says what Amanda's gonna be doing. I'm gonna talk about Khabib and Dustin Poirier. Guys, all on the Bias but Balance podcast. That's right. And I think I hit y'all with a little intro video. Until they come in. Let me see whose intro video I should hit y'all with. Yeah. Alistair? Yeah, man. That's fine. Nah, you know, I just don't take orders, that's all. I just keep my opinion, man. I respect yours, though. I respect your opinion. I just have mine. So, it is what it is, man. You know, but you can definitely call in, okay? You can call into the show, and man, we can talk it out one-on-one, man. The phone lines are not on right now, but the phone lines will be on in about, 60 minutes or so? But definitely, man, when the phone lines are on, you want to call in and you want to give me a piece of your mind, go right ahead, man. See, part of this show, too, man, I want the audience, man, to be able to call in. And, you know, we have 3 to 5 minute phone calls, man. And, you know, we'll get it in there, man. No hard feelings, bro. I got it. I got my opinion, man. You got yours. I don't try to argue nobody's opinion, man. I don't do it because it don't work. I found out that it just don't work. Yeah, I know, man. I know. But we're going to talk, man. But I'm going to play a little intro video for y'all while we get this thing rolling. Okay, somebody, you know, was like, man, play Manny Pacquiao intro video. That's going to be a heck no. I won't be playing Manny Pacquiao's intro video. But I got somebody's I will play. And you guys will like it. I hope y'all like it anyway. We'll see. Mr. Bennett in the house. Robert Henry in the house. Y'all know we're going to get this thing going, y'all. You know. Okay? My girl Janice Gomez, man, is going into, you know, she about to be a world champ one day, man. I told y'all about Janice Gomez. Didn't I tell y'all about Gomez? Told y'all, man. Janice Gomez is a beast. She's a beast. You know what? I ought to play Rachel Ostovich intro song. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Rachel Ostovich's intro song. Some people want me to play Rose Namajunas. Okay? Rachel Ostovich or Rose Namajunas. Okay? I'm going to go with Rachel Ostovich. Until everybody get up in here, y'all know my rule. When I get 10 people in the house, guess what I do? I start and I go live. Rachel Ostovich, y'all.
I do believe that you can be a feminine woman and still fight MMA, a man in a man's sport or whatever. I just feel like just do you. just wait and see. Wait until we get.
Uh-oh, y'all. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, everybody. I gotta fix the intro.
I do
Man, what's
believe that
wrong
you
with
can
me?
be a feminine
Hold on.
woman and still fight
Gotta get it
MMA,
fixed.
a man in a man's
It's too
sport or
big.
whatever. I just feel like just do you. You know, the attention's cool and all of that, but my main priority is fighting. I do believe that you can be a feminine woman and still fight MMA, a man in a man's sport or whatever. I just feel like just do you. You know, the attention's cool and all of that, but my main priority is fighting. I do.
Okay, guys. Yes, yes, yes. That's Rachel Ostovich, y'all. Rachel Ostovich. And guys, let's go ahead and get this show started, man. Okay, so your boy. Okay, your boy. Okay, wait a minute. So what I'm gonna do? Okay, the show format is different. Okay, so the first part of the show, I'm gonna talk about, just breakdown. I'm gonna break down actual fights. Then I'm gonna talk about MMA news. Okay, so and then for the last 10 to 15 minutes, hold on, guys. For the last 15 minutes of the show, then I'm going to allow phone calls. It's going to take me a while to get the format, but it'll get perfect, okay? So let's go ahead, man, and let's talk about Conor McGregor. He's back in the news, and the guy wants to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov, okay? Now, if you guys saw the first fight, you guys know how the first fight went, okay? Khabib Nurmagomedov is just a whole different kind of animal, okay? He's a completely different kind of animal. Khabib Nurmagomedov is probably going to go down as probably one of the best men's MMA fighters in history. Okay, Khabib Nurmagomedov is going to do that. Okay, and right now I just don't see anybody beating him except Tony Ferguson, and that's going to be a good fight. But as of right now, Khabib Nurmagomedov is the man. Okay, I see my man D-Style Boxing in the building, guys. Please go subscribe to D-Style Boxing. D-Style Boxing talk about everything: politics, boxing, MMA, WWE. Okay, anything. Go subscribe to D-Style Boxing today. That's my boy. But Conor McGregor took an embarrassing loss, man. Khabib, it almost seemed like Khabib toyed with Conor, played with him. And Conor McGregor did all this stuff, man. He did all this stuff. He threw, a dolly through a window, and all of this stuff to cover up the fact that, you know what, he didn't really think that he could beat Khabib Nurmagomedov. But stylistically, let's look at this fight, okay? Conor McGregor's not a wrestler, okay? His wrestling skills are just not there. His takedown defense is not that bad. It's decent. But Conor McGregor just isn't a wrestler, okay? He can't deal with Khabib in any facet, okay? Now, if the fight stays standing, Conor McGregor, definitely has a chance. And he was actually doing very well, okay? He was doing very well. Conor McGregor gave Khabib Nurmagomedov his first ever round, okay? His first ever round lost. And I think that's something. Oh, I see my sister, Miss Boxing. Miss Boxing, go subscribe to that channel. The girl can sing. Man, she got a voice like a swan, man. I love Miss Boxing today. Um, yeah, Deacon, you know what? I agree with you, man. I want to see Khabib take on a legit wrestler. I think Tony Ferguson, man, I really believe that Ferguson will give him a run for his money, man. I think him and Ferguson, that's the fight that need to be made, okay? Him versus Tony Ferguson. That's the fight I want to see. Um, Conor McGregor gave Khabib his first ever round lost, okay? Conor McGregor had points in the fight. And guys, let's put aside what Conor did to the old man. Let's just put that aside. Let's put aside all the whiskey talk. Let's just put all that crap. We'll save that for the news, okay? Um, we'll say that for the second half of the stream of being, MMA news. Conor McGregor learns from his mistakes, okay? That's one thing that he does is he learns from all of his mistakes. He learns from every last one of them. My broadcast partner, General Africa, is in the building. Okay, General, somebody's trying to call me. Let me decline that. Okay, cut my ringer off. Um, my broadcast partner, General Africa, is in the building. I'm going to bring General Africa on. He's my broadcast partner. General Africa, we're doing the stream now in StreamYard. And this is my fault. I should have went ahead and just sent you a link anyway, but I did not. So I apologize, General, but I'm sending you a link right now. It's in StreamYard. And General Africa, you can also put your avatar on StreamYard. So when it asks you, just put your avatar photo on it, and then we'll get it going. Okay. So I'm bringing in General Africa. He's my broadcast partner on this right here, on the Biased but Balanced podcast. So okay, now here's what I'm gonna finish telling y'all. Conor McGregor tends to learn from his mistakes. When he loses a fight, he learns. Okay, that's always been the Conor McGregor way. Okay, that's always been his way. That's always what he's been about. He's always been about learning from each and every one of his mistakes. And you know what? I can get down with that. Okay, I can get down with that. Um, but here go the thing, man. Khabib Nurmagomedov was the dude wrestling bears and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, you know. Conor McGregor don't have anything. You know what? The only thing that McGregor could do, if McGregor can stop this fight from going to the ground, okay. And here's what, takedown defense against a guy like Khabib Nurmagomedov is very important, because if Khabib can't take you to the ground, then Khabib has to stand with you. Okay, Khabib's striking isn't that great. Okay, I mean, it's just not that great. His striking isn't that great. And if you force Khabib into a striking match, he's going to lose that matchup with McGregor. That's why Floyd Mayweather he's been, bugging Khabib to death about getting in a boxing ring. Well, I mean, Floyd know that that's easy money. And of course, you have stupid legions of fans that'll pay for that crap. Okay, you will have legions of fans that will pay for that crap. Okay, so I mean, good grief, man. I I don't want to see Khabib and Mayweather fight inside of a ring. Okay, I don't want to see that. It's just it's not entertaining. Khabib gets beat up, badly. But Khabib and Conor McGregor Part Two. I'm not really too excited about that either. I think Conor McGregor need another bag, man. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I think McGregor has really sniffed all his money away, and I think this guy's paying so much money in legal fees, like really so much in legal fees that he has to take this fight. But McGregor is going to need a very, very good defense. He's going to need it. And if his takedown defense hasn't improved from that first fight, then there's no reason to fight. Okay, he shouldn't even think to fight again, because the same thing's going to happen. He's going to get beat to death, and this time Conor McGregor might get stopped. He might get stopped. Okay, he might get stopped if he can't keep the fight standing. Khabib a real one, man. I'm a real live Khabib Nurmagomedov fan. Okay, I like Khabib. I like his attitude. The guy is about the fight. You know, Khabib is really a special talent. Okay, if Khabib ever strikes as good as his wrestling is, Khabib is going to be unstoppable. Okay, Khabib Nurmagomedov will be unstoppable. I think Khabib could even go up to 170 pounds, man. I think Khabib could go up and be a full welterweight, and I think Khabib can go in there and dominate and really do well at welterweight. I think he could. Okay, I think he could. It is what it is. I think Khabib has got that kind. He's a special guy, man. He's a very special talent, and it just seems like, don't it seem like the guys like Khabib, they just get harassed by guys like Dana White. All the guys that stand for something, that stand up for anything, these guys get harassed by Dana White. Isn't that something, man, how Dana White talks so bad about Khabib, right? He talks so bad about the guy. But then you got Conor McGregor here punching old men. I mean, you got Conor McGregor here throwing, dollies through windows and buses. You got all of this going down, and Dana White don't even talk bad about this guy. Like, guys, this is the darnest thing I've ever seen. But the thing of it is, though, if you're a money maker, if you make the company loads of money, then guess what happens? You get treated fairly. Well, no, that's not even true, because, look how he treated Chris Cyborg. So, I can't see Conor McGregor beating Khabib. I can't see it. I can't see Conor McGregor landing that lucky left hand. I can't see it. And two, I think Conor, he spent too much time out of the octagon, y'all. Okay? He spent too much time out of the octagon. It's just too long. And people can say, well, but training, if you train, you still got it. Listen. No. Conor don't fight enough, man. It's like when Conor fights, these big old paydays come, and then the man get missing. He get missing. I think Conor McGregor, man, I think he's violent. I think he's extremely violent. Okay? I think he's so violent that it's not even funny how violent this guy is. And guys, I have to really think that this guy, he's on some kind of drug. He reminds me of a guy that uses cocaine. And I know his little wife. I know he's got to be violent towards his wife. Okay, I know he do. Conor McGregor, man, if he gets in there with Khabib again, Khabib may end this dude's career. This ain't the same Conor McGregor, man. The Conor McGregor that first came into the UFC, at least that Conor McGregor has some swag. I saw the interview with Conor McGregor when he was doing that with Ariel Helwani. And Ariel Helwani, man, God almighty, man. Ariel Helwani did not ask this guy questions. And y'all, I was shocked. I mean, were y'all shocked? I was so shocked that Ariel Helwani wouldn't ask him any questions. Not any real questions. And Conor McGregor was stuttering, man. I'm talking about he would da 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 da. I said, God, dog. I said, are you serious? Guys, McGregor called out Khabib. Okay? McGregor called out Khabib. If McGregor gets in the octagon again with Khabib, guys, it's going to be all she wrote. It's going to be all she wrote. That's it. That's it for McGregor. Guys, we will not see this guy again in the octagon. Because they'll probably pay him about 10 to 20 million dollars. They'll probably pay him. Okay? He'll get his bag. And then after that, he's gone. McGregor is gone. Do you guys hear me? He's out. He's out. It's a wrap. Okay? At this time, you know what McGregor need to do, okay? If he's really truly content on fighting Khabib, he got to get his takedown defense. I'm gonna tell y'all what you have to do to beat a guy like Khabib Nurmagomedov. I'm gonna tell you what you got to do, man. And it is easier said than done, okay? You're not gonna outlast a guy cardio wise, okay? He's got the cardio. Khabib could go 10 rounds of MMA and still not be winded, okay? Khabib Nurmagomedov could go 10 rounds of MMA and not be winded, okay? Let's just get that in there right now. Second, okay? You're not gonna out cardio Khabib, but see what you have to do, man. Khabib is gonna put you against that fence, okay? He's gonna put you against the cage, but see what you got to do is you got to stuff the takedown, control the clinch, and you got to start kneeing Khabib in the body. That's the first thing. See, a lot of people, they don't attack Khabib's body. They don't attack it. See, when they're on that cage, they're trying to stop Khabib from taking him down. If your takedown defense is on point, and then you can kind of catch Khabib in between strikes, you can start to wear away his body. Okay? That's what's going to have to happen. And then, two, keep the fight in the center of the octagon. Okay, see, you got to keep that fight in the center of the octagon. And see, enough people, they don't do that with Khabib, man. They let Khabib push him against that cage. If Khabib can't put you against the cage and maul you, that's one of his weapons that you take away from him. That's just one. That's one weapon you take away from Khabib Nurmagomedov is his ability to maul you on the cage. I'm telling y'all, you take that away, he's gonna have to try a plan B. And Khabib don't want to do a plan B. He just don't want to do that, y'all. So now what? Now what do you do? When Khabib gets you in that clinch, you got to look for the knees. You got to look for the short elbows. The opportunity's there. See, Khabib, he's going to present an opportunity, okay? He's going to move his head away from he's going to move his head from beside your head because he's going to try to commit to a takedown. And see, Khabib will give you little small openings, but see, what you have to do, you have to be skillful enough to take advantage of the openings that Khabib presents. And there's only one guy in that division who can take advantage of those opportunities, and his name is Tony Ferguson. Okay? That's the only guy. Hey, General Africa, I sent you a link, man. Sent you a link. I see my sister from another mom, the Rugby Queen. I love you, girl. That's my sister from another mom, and she know I love her. Okay. Oh, General Africa, my broadcast partner is here. We're gonna get General Africa to get some breakdowns on McGregor Khabib too. All right, General Africa, how you doing, sir? Okay, General, you gotta unmute yourself.
Yo, can you
Okay,
hear me?
yes, sir. I see General Africa. We're trying to get our. Hold on, General. Trying to make sure
How's
you.
how's the volume?
How's the audio?
Yeah,
I mean, can y'all hear Khabib? Not Khabib.
yeah.
Can you guys hear the General? Hold on,
We
guys. Yeah, we in here, man. We in
I think
here.
it's good. I think it's good. They'll let
Okay.
us.
All right. They said they'll let us know. I'm trying to get both our icons on the screen, man. This the StreamYard is a little different, but it's better. Okay, I'm starting to like StreamYard a little bit better than Google Hangouts. I really am because StreamYard does a little bit, but to keep the story where we at. Okay, uh, Khabib, and as I was saying, Khabib does present these openings. He does. He does it. But the thing of it is, though, you have to be skillful enough to actually get those openings. And I think Tony Ferguson is the only guy that can do it. That's just me. Okay. General Africa, man, what are your thoughts, man, on Conor Khabib part two? Like your breakdown and everything that you're thinking.
Man, look, and thanks for having me on, Coach. Uh, like I was saying before, man, I think Connor probably need to just work on some other things, man. Cause look, I don't know. I'm not there in his house, but he just screamed like he's on some type of drugs, man. Like that interview with Ariel Hawani, man, he like you said, he's talking. I mean, the guy was uh, stuttering over words and stuff like that. Where's the Connor that man? I never was big on. I mean, some of the stuff that he used to say was pretty funny, but I've seen better trash talkers. But some of his stuff was kind of funny. But where's the Connor from back in the day that could, put sentences together and stuff like that? I mean, the guy's talking 100 miles per hour, stuttering and kind of just all over the place. And but you know what? And this is the thing, man. There were moments when it seemed like, oh, okay, I think he's he maybe he's got his confidence, and then it just was all over the place, man. I think he need to just focus on uh fighting some other dudes and like just work on himself, man. Like, but I will say this, and you brought up a great point, man. Conor McGregor, when he does make mistakes, he owns up to it. I'll give him that. The dude has done some messed up things. It is what it is. But the dudes own up to it. I'll give him that. He has to, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't own up to it. They make excuses and this and that. And trust me, people would excuse it away. There's a lot of people who wouldn't, but there's people who are hardcore Conor McGregor fans and this and that who will excuse it. Make excuses and this and that. But I think you need to fight some other dudes, and I think Khabib will, he could get him out of there again. Through punches or submission again. You know, uh, I think Tony, like you said, Tony Ferguson. I think Tony Ferguson could get Khabib some trouble. I think that'd be a good fight.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, man. I'm with you on that, man. I think that Khabib and Tony Ferguson is the matchup to make, man. That the UFC and Dana White, they shouldn't be trying to make any other matches, man. Especially not no rematch with no McGregor, man. And I think the fans probably us hardcores, we really don't want to see that matchup, like because we already know the outcome. Okay, we already know the outcome. This guy is some MK. Oop, sorry, I can't say that. Sorry, up. I gotta say that for Patreon. I gotta save it for Patreon. I can't. But
Yeah.
this Conor McGregor is a shell. I say it like this: he's a shell of who he was. Okay, he's a shell of who he once was. He's not the same guy. He'll never be that guy again because I'll say this: he's lost focus. Okay, he's lost touch with his. Let me try to break. Let me say it without saying it. Let's just say his soul is detached from his body. Let's put it like that. Okay, his soul is detached from his body and he's not the same guy. Okay. Um, yeah, I really want to see the Khabib and Ferguson fight. That's what I want to see. Okay. I don't know, man. I just don't want to see him again. Connor is just he kind of like he in the way, man. He really like you and I. We can break this fight down stylistically. Okay. We can break the fight down all we want to stylistically. We can do whatever we want to do. But guess what? The result gonna be the same because he's not gonna beat Khabib with his cardio. Okay, Khabib cardio, the guy can go 10 rounds. Okay, he's not gonna be able to know what to do with Khabib when he's against the cage. Okay, he's not gonna stop the takedown. He can't keep the fight in the center of the octagon. There's nothing that Conor McGregor can do to stop this guy. But the one person that will stop and put an end to Khabib is Ferguson. That's it. Ferguson is crazy enough to get the job done, and that's just what it
Yeah,
is, man. It's just
and I'll say this too. I'll say this too, Coach. I mean, look, uh, only Nate Diaz in the UFC knows what was going on with between them. I think the truth somewhere in the middle. Nate Diaz doesn't seem like the type of guy to duck fights and to not want to get in there and to his literal history, his literal record shows taking short notice fights, um, fighting anybody and everybody, and that's why his record is the way it is. So I mean, people can say, "Oh, well, he was turning down fights and this and that." Well, I'm more leaning towards. I think that Nate Diaz was put on the back burner. I literally, that's what I feel. I feel like, and it's like, so this is what you put Nate Diaz on the back burner, Dana White, for this. You know, you put for Conor McGregor to come back in this state where he's a shell of himself, and they were trying to get fights for Conor. Conor wouldn't come back. Okay, they couldn't get fights for him, but here Nate Diaz is, capturing the fans' attention, capturing the fans' love, the respect, that he's had, and it's like, okay, we couldn't have. I mean, we couldn't have seen Nate more. I'm sure if they would have given Nate those matchups, he would have took them. But it is what it is. He's back. But I mean, and salute to full time. Nate Diaz McGregor. I mean, I'd watch the fight. I would, but I'm going with Nate. I'm going with Nate. You know what I mean? But I don't even think Nate Diaz wants that fight because Conor McGregor was talking about it, and that now he's talking about, oh, well, it's okay if I don't get the fight and this. I don't even know if Nate's even trying to make that fight, man.
I think Nate Diaz will fight anybody, man. I think he will. I think Nate don't really care, man.
Well, I think he wants. I think he wants the fight, but it's like Nate's not going to chase Conor McGregor around.
Yeah, Nate Diaz, Dana White really has a despise for Nate Diaz, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's Let me try to describe the despise that Dana got for Nate. It's a lot worse than Chris. I think he hates Nate Diaz more than he hates Cyborg. Let's put it like that. And I tell you why Nate Diaz is still there. Okay, see, the reason why Nate Diaz is there is because people love Nate Diaz. No matter what kind of stupid stuff Nate say, everything with Nate Diaz is very genuine. Like when Nate Diaz really, came out and said, "Hey, who is Kobe? Who the H is Kobe Covington? Who is that? Who is that? It's genuine because Nate really is in a whole reality of his own. Nate Diaz is in a reality of his own. If you're not really tight with him, or if Nate never knew you, or if you're not one of the old school fighters, Nate Diaz really don't know who you are. Okay, and so Nate is one of those fighters, man, that Nate can make things real bad for Dana White because he'll get in there and constantly prove Dana wrong no matter what he throw at Dana. And see, Dana really don't like that. And Nate is real. Like you remember when Nate pulled up on Dana White and Dana was doing an interview, man. Now this how bold Nate is, man. He pulled up on Dana White doing an interview. And Dana, they was just asking Dana White about, hey, are we gonna see Nate Diaz back in the octagon soon? And then, so Dana, before he got the answer, Nate Diaz rolled up on him and said, "Yeah, Dana, yeah, man, hey, man, yeah, we got to get in touch. We're gonna go and fight soon." And Dana looked at him and was like, "Well, yeah." And then when Nate left, Dana White turned right back to the interviewer and said, "No, we're not gonna see him no time soon." Like
Right.
Dana White, he don't like Nate, man. This is one of these guys he just don't like. And if Dana really feel like he couldn't like really make money or do stuff with Nate Diaz, Dana White would dismiss him quickly. But Nate Diaz he's an exciting fighter, man. It's very exciting, and he's gonna give the fans what they want to see, man. You know, but you know what Nate Diaz said though, man. He really don't like these wrestlers. He hate them because he don't want no guy to lay on top of him the whole fight, man. Fans want to see a fight. Like that's Nate Diaz, man. That's why I rock with Nate Diaz. That's why I rock with him. And I see, hold on, I see some guys in the comment thread. My boy Edward O'Brien in the building, man. Edward O'Brien supports this channel heavy. Reggie the Tree, full time MMA. Okay, I see you all guys. The OG Willetta Reigns. And I see my boy the Deacon up in here. First time seeing you in here, Deacon, but glad you're here. Um, and I call him my boy. God, dog. Well, yeah, man. But that's what it is, man. That's what it is, General. So Nate really is a people's champ. Okay, if he was a champ, he'd be the people's champ. This the guy that's gonna go and he's the guy that you're gonna go smoke with. And I'm not advocating that. This is the guy that if you buddies, he gonna take you out and give you something, and y'all gonna drink and y'all can do all the stuff together, man. Nate Diaz is just he's a regular guy, man. He's a regular blue collar guy that just work every day. And I like that about Nate Diaz, man, because he really is a real person, man. He just real, and people love this guy. Some of the stuff he say, I be shaking my head, General. I be like, God, dog, did he just say what is he saying, man? Is this guy is he high? Is he drunk? I mean, what is it? Because you think he is, but nah, man. But then what he said that about GSP, call him a scary dude. I said, man,
That was
I about
funny,
died.
man.
I about died, man. I about died.
That was funny.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think Nate's one of those dudes that like really love the limelight like that. Like I can see like looking at his interviews and stuff, it take a minute, and that's how I would be. Like I might get acclimated and comfortable with somebody, midway through, but I'm not quick to just like if I roll with you, I roll with you. And like, coach, you know this. That's why we roll with each other. If you got my back, man, okay, I'm on your team. I'm a soldier, but I'm just not gonna let anybody in. You know what I mean? I got to see, okay, what you about. And I think I see that a lot with Nate, man. Even in the interviews, once you get it, like at first it's like, oh, okay, he's kind of like, short with his answers and this and that. Before you know it, if you actually are able to connect with him, man, he's going for 5 minutes straight, man. He had one answer in his last interview. He went on for like 10 minutes, man. All right, this dude's a real dude, man. He ain't putting up no fronts, man. He
Hey,
ain't put up no fronts, man.
hey, before time, I gotta say one thing, man. Nate Diaz not gonna fall for no running knee kick though. He ain't gonna fall for that. He ain't gonna fall for that. Ben Askren fell for that, man. Ben was trying to shoot on Jorge Masvidal, man, and Jorge just did that running knee jump. That thing was funny, man. It's funny. I'm glad he okay, but it was funny, man. It was funny, man, how it went down, man. Cause they still Ben Askren catching all kind of man. He catching all kind of like people on Ben Askren helmet, man, about that, man. All the
Yeah,
memes, everything, man. I swear, man. We need to do a Ben Askren marathon, man. We just need to come up with as many memes as we can. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying full time. Yeah, man. I'm joking. I'm being sarcastic when I say the running knee. I'm being real sarcastic. All right. Um, that would be a good, interesting fight though. Masvidal versus Diaz. I don't know. I stopped betting against Masvidal. I stopped doing it, man. I stopped betting against Masvidal. I stopped because
well, did you see Masvidal's comments recently? He said he was like he was basically like the reason why me and Nate are still around and we've been fighting for all these years because we didn't use performance enhancing drugs. He's like, I don't know for certain because I'm not in his house, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't used drugs. He hasn't taken steroids. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, I mean, I can see that. That makes sense. I mean, you got guys like Vitor Belfort and stuff like that who, they went on to keep on fighting. But a lot of these guys, man, they're good for a little bit, but then they gone. I mean, look at what's his name, the big dude that got knocked out, Overeem. And a lot of guys. Brock Lesnar got out of there as soon as they started testing. You know what I mean? But Jorge Masvidal, Nate Diaz, they've been here.
yeah,
And like you said, like what do these guys have to do? Like the fans mess with Masvidal. The fans love Nate Diaz. What do these guys got to do to get a fair shake?
yeah.
And then people trying to somebody said, Masvidal's playing the heel or he's a good. How is it? He's not. He don't come off as the bad guy to me. He just a real dude. He's just a
Yeah.
real like. How is he the heel? Like really? Come on, man. Like now y'all taking this stuff too far. Now I get it. Like the gangster stuff and like wait, how is he the heel? Because
People,
he celebrated after this dude Askren talked all this trash threw some subliminal racist comments out there,
he
and
sure
so
did.
so so he slapped the canvas a few times. Oh, okay, so what? People do it all the time, but you mad because Masvidal did it. Get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Full time, I disagree with the jujitsu thing. I think I think Nate would submit Masvidal in a jiu-jitsu competition, and I think Nate would do it. I think he'd do it easily. I don't know though. Masvidal got the intangibles, man. Like if it's a fight, it's a close fight, man. It's a close fight, but pure jiu-jitsu,
Hey, full time, you
I,
underrated. Yeah,
I don't
you
know, man.
underrated the game, man.
I don't. I've been
Hey,
watching Nate Diaz, man. I started watching Nate Diaz when he first came on the scene, when he was doing nothing but jujitsu, man. That's when I started watching Nate Diaz, man. Man, his jujitsu, it's good, man. It's real good. They used to bring Nate in, man, and they used to have him. He used to. I don't know if he still do it now, but like these jujitsu schools, man, they used to have Nate Diaz come in, man, and actually get in there and demonstrate. And they used to pay him. He used to make money doing that, man. And I don't know if he still do it now today, because he's a millionaire now. But man, that's a fight I want to see. We should have put that on the agenda, man, to talk about it. But it
yeah, I
is
like
what it
that
is.
fight. I want to see him fight Covington though. I really want to. I want to get Covington out of there. But I know he's going to fight. I guess he's somebody reported that he's going to fight Usman. So that'll be good. But if he beats Usman, which I don't, I got Usman winning, and it'll suck if Usman loses. But I want to see Nate versus. I'm good. I'm good with Masvidal and Nate. But I want to see Nate versus Covington, man, because Covington talk. He talked all that trash, man. Thought he a journeyman and this and that. Okay, let's see. You know, let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Full time, I'm gonna have to disagree with you, man. I gotta 1,000% disagree with you. I gotta disagree, man. Nate Diaz jiu-jitsu is good. In a pure jiu-jitsu match, I'm gonna go ahead and disagree. So we'll go ahead and we'll agree to disagree, and let's move on to the next one, man. Okay. So Dana White, he's come out now, and he said that Amanda Nunes will be defending her 145-pound title. Now,
Wow.
okay. First of all, we're gonna break down. We're gonna break down the Amanda Nunes versus Jermaine Durandame matchup. Okay. So we're gonna break that down. Okay, we're gonna break that down completely, and we'll just see how the fight rolls out. Okay, I'm gonna start with you first, man. Give us a breakdown of how that fight, or what happens during that fight. A full fight breakdown.
Okay. Okay. Well. Okay. So I think Amanda Nunes is going to come out and she might try to establish some distance and throw some, some what's the word? Some, you know, uh, length, some jabs, just some range finders and stuff like that. She might throw a few rights and maybe some calf kicks and leg, but I think she's going to take it to the ground pretty fast. She's going to try to. Um, she's going to try to take it to the ground and get your GDR on the ground. And I don't know. I can't really predict when that's going to, uh, if she's going to submit or anything like that. But um, if Nunes gets GDR to the ground, um, it could be bad for GDR. Now I know you talked about this, and I know GDR on her, stopping takedowns and this and that. If Amanda Nunes goes toe to toe with GDR, she's gonna lose. She's gonna get pieced up. I don't think she's gonna do that. I think she's been in the game long enough to know that she can't do that. Um, so I think she's gonna take it to the ground. And you know what? I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna say it. I think she's gonna submit GDR. Maybe it's a championship fight, right? So it's 5 rounds. I'll say maybe fourth round submission. I think it's going to take a while. I think GDR is going to come to fight. But I mean, this is not going to be toe to toe. Amanda Nunes, I don't think, I'm not really excited for this fight, man. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not excited for this fight. Um, it is what it is. As a Cyborg fan, I know Cyborg and Amanda Nunes are the two top women in the world at 145. And we're not going to get that fight. It is what it is. You got to live with it. But I think that Amanda Nunes is going to make it, a boring fight. She's going to get on the ground, and she's going to throw punches and this and that, and she going to try and give GDR that work. But I don't think it's going to be any type of firestorm, man. That's just what it is.
Yeah, you know what? I look at the first fight, man. The first fight that they had, where GDR had little to no takedown, no ground game. And, it's still kind of true today, man. GDR, her takedown defense has gotten better over the years. It's gotten much better. And Holly Holm, it's crazy. Holly Holm thought that she was going to get the drop on GDR by trying to take her down. And I salute Holly Holm for trying to do something different, but GDR was prepared for that, man. And you better believe that this time GDR, she's gonna be prepared for any takedowns that Amanda do, but that don't mean that she's gonna stop Amanda from getting her down. If that makes sense, okay? She might be prepared for any takedowns that Amanda Nunes try to do, but she's not gonna prevent Amanda from getting her to the ground. If GDR can execute these takedown defenses, if she can stop the fight from going to the ground, Amanda Nunes is food for them hands, okay? GDR got hands for days. Amanda Nunes can't deal with this. She can't deal with them. She can't deal with them Jermaine Durandame hands. Heck, this is the Jermaine Durandame that I was telling y'all that I think that Jermaine in a boxing match could beat Clarissa Shields. Like Jermaine's hands are really that good, and her hands are better than Nunes's. Okay, now this is the thing, man. This is how I see the fight playing out. I think this time Jermaine is gonna try to keep the fight at a distance with her jab. She's gonna try to. Okay, she's gonna try to jab Amanda to death. Um, GDR is not going to be bothered by the leg kick because GDR really prepares for those leg kicks. She don't even have to check a lot of those leg kicks. GDR know how to glance the leg kicks. GDR know how to actually like just squat. And I don't know if you ever noticed that sometimes when GDR is in an octagon, GDR will squat down instead of like trying to lift her leg up to check it. And that's a quick way to actually check the kick. She'll just squat, and it hurts, man. And as soon as Amanda do that, okay, soon as Amanda do that, Amanda is going to be reluctant to throw the leg kicks. Okay, if the fight stays in the center of the octagon, GDR is going to dominate this fight. Okay, she's going to completely lay hands on Amanda, and Amanda will not be able to stop GDR as long as this fight stays in the center of the octagon. Okay, if okay, now here's a bad. Amanda Nunes, she's very technically skilled as a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu practitioner. She's very skilled. I'm still not convinced of Amanda Nunes off her back, though. Okay. Um, Amanda Nunes on her back, she's not very good. Okay. And it's just what it is. I mean, she let Valentina in a first fight get her down. And, Amanda, she couldn't get up off her back, man. And that kind of, I was kind of like, man. Okay, so, then I started looking at the fights. I started watching the fight again with her versus Valentina. And you know what? Amanda Nunes, her guard is not strong. She don't have a strong guard. And so the probability of Amanda Nunes submitting you from the ground off of her back is very low. Actually, Amanda goes into a defensive mode on her back. So, but here's the thing though, okay? GDR, she's not going to go for a takedown. So she's not going to get Amanda to her back. Now, if Amanda get GDR to her back, fight over, okay? Fight done. Fight's over. GDR, in the first fight, Amanda got her down to her back. I don't even think GDR was damaged, man. GDR was blocking and dodging a lot of those punches. But, if you're in a predicament where somebody got you in a full mounting and somebody raining punches down, the referee most of the time not going to care if you're blocking, okay? He's going to stop that fight. He's going to do whatever he got to do to stop that fight, okay? Um, that's what's going to happen. So GDR can't sit back and dodge punches from the bottom, just can't do it, okay? Um, Amanda, if I had my choice, though, if GDR had top control over Amanda, Amanda knows more about jiu-jitsu than GDR. Amanda probably would have a better chance against Jermaine Durandame if Jermaine's on top. And I say all this because there's a lot of dynamics to this fight, but this fight is going to be won by Amanda Nunes. And I know people think because GDR, she beat Aspen Ladd. Yeah, Aspen Ladd has good wrestling, but Aspen Ladd is, the weight cut was just crazy. And Aspen Ladd don't have no experience. GDR got fight experience, okay? And, I was telling everybody that, Aspen Ladd might take a L on this one, y'all. Don't put all your stock in Aspen Ladd. Aspen Ladd might be going to sleep. I told people this. and Aspen Ladd went to sleep. Okay, I told y'all, look, the way she fought Sarge Eubanks, Aspen Ladd going to sleep. Sarge Eubanks beat Aspen Ladd. That's just real. She beat her, but of course, they ain't gonna give Sarge no decision. It's not gonna happen. Um, Amanda Nunes is gonna have to keep GDR close. Okay, she gotta keep GDR close to her. If for any reason Jermaine Durandame gets out of range, this fight's gonna go badly for Nunes. Okay, it's gonna go badly. Amanda Nunes can't fight on the inside like that. I mean, Amanda Nunes can't fight on the outside like that. Okay, this fight for Amanda Nunes is gonna have to stay in close quarters. That's it. That's it.
Coach,
It's just what it is.
how would you rate GDR's stamina, her gas tank, and go over that again, her ground defense?
Jermaine Durandame, and Jenna, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. Jermaine Durandame, a gas tank is ridiculous, man. Okay, GDR is another fighter who can go 10 rounds. You got Shevchenko, you got Cyborg, you got who else, man? You got Shevchenko, and we'll talk women. You got Shevchenko, you got Cyborg, you got Bojangles. You got all these fighters, man, that can go 10 rounds and not even break a sweat, man. Jermaine Durandame is one of those fighters. She's like Holly Holm. She can go like 10 rounds or so, man, and not break a sweat, man. Their cardio is on point, and Jermaine is isn't gonna tire her out. Amanda's gonna tire her out first, okay? Um, Amanda Nunes, to me, she hasn't addressed the cardio issues she had. She didn't address them. What Amanda learned how to do is she's learned how to ration out her offense, if that makes sense. Okay, she's learned how to do it. Like Amanda nowadays is more economical versus like going in there trying to really take you out in the first round. She's more economical. Like Amanda know how to use her defense, man, to buy time to keep her from expending her cardio, and that's what she does. But Jermaine, to me, is going to have a little bit more volume. Okay, if this fight stays standing, Jermaine is going to have a little bit more volume, and so Amanda is going to have to react. Okay, she can't stand there. She can't just stand in there at mid range and think that she's going to battle with Jermaine Durandame. It's just not going to happen. Okay, Amanda will lose in the gas tank area if that happens. So Amanda's gonna have to try to get the fight to the ground, man. She got to, and if they go 5 rounds, Amanda need to take this fight to the ground at least three, if she hoped to win this fight. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, you know what, Coach? I want to amend that because listening to you, I started to think, well, okay, GDR, her takedown defense is improved. I don't see Amanda Nunes becoming disheartened and like kind of like giving up and these last five takedowns. I think she's just going to keep on doing it until it works. Um, then you take into account Amanda's skill on the ground. Like she gets flustered, right? She has some issues there, but can Durandame capitalize on that? I don't think that she can. So I'm gonna change it. I think that maybe TKO by punches, maybe in the third or fourth round. I think Amanda Nunes, her gas tank will last until then, but she's just gonna keep on. She's gonna have to be relentless with those takedowns, man. She can't stand up. She can't go toe to toe with Durandame, and and she's good at staying calm and collected. So I don't see her. Oh, these takedowns didn't work, so I'm just gonna stand in the middle of the octagon and trade with the best women's striker in the world. No, man, I don't see her doing that. I see her eventually getting her to the ground, Durandame to the ground, and Durandame is not going to be able to avoid all those punches. Man, she's not going to be able to do it. So I think maybe a ref stoppage, TKO by punches, maybe in the fourth round.
Yeah, I think I got it going out to about the third round, man. That's about when I have it going, man. I can't see GDR stopping all the takedowns. I think Amanda's gonna be relentless. She's gonna be relentless to keep the takedowns
How?
coming.
How you
Okay,
gonna
what we got?
explain this? Coach
Okay,
Shelton Harrison, there never been no
let's
comparison. You're
see.
live on the show. Sit back and have a listen.
Salute and General Africa.
Okay, man, my man, Dark Truth in the building. Let me put the StreamYard back on. Dark Truth in the building in that super chat. Okay, yes, the back to school drive will be going down. Okay, and guys, you'll see it. You'll see it live, live, live in a few days, guys. And y'all know what I do. Okay, I say what I say. I'm gonna do what I do. But guys,
Hey,
I got
salute,
it. Salute to
Salute to my
Dark
brother,
Truth.
Star Truth, man. LDW MMAC, LD MMAC Soldier, man. Solid
Man,
brother. Salute to
yeah,
him, man.
Dark Truth solid, man. Dark Truth solid, man. He don't be, he don't be going over them haters channels, man, and coming back over here, man. Dark Truth solid. He's solid. He real solid. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. I see this fight going. I got Amanda Nunes TKO win, third round. I don't know. I don't know where Jermaine can stop this fight from going to the ground. Now, let's just speak hypothetically, okay? If Jermaine can stop all takedown attempts by Amanda Nunes, okay, we got a different fight now. Jermaine Durandame wins this fight, but that's very hypothetical, man. It's extremely hypothetical because Amanda Nunes is eventually going to get the fight to the ground. Okay, and I don't really have a dog in this because I really don't like either one of these fighters. But of course, I'll report on it and give you an unbiased, breakdown of what I think. Okay, I don't have a dog in this race right here, so it is what it is, man. Whoever win, they win.
Yeah, man.
Okay, all right, man. Let's move on, man. Next one, man. Okay, Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Dustin Poirier, man. Okay, Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Dustin Poirier. Okay, so what are your thoughts about this fight, man? Khabib and Dustin.
I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know too much. I gotta get my knowledge up on Dustin. I've seen a little bit of him. Um, but I think, when it comes to Khabib, man, I don't think Dustin has anything. Um, I don't think he has anything. I mean, I don't think Dustin Poirier has anything for Khabib. Um, Khabib's just relentless, man, and he might, we'll see. He might try to, Khabib might keep it standing for a little bit, and I think this might be a good opportunity for him to, kind of work on the striking a little bit and see what he can do for that. But I think he's going to eventually go to, where he makes his money. That's on the ground. But I remember watching that fight against. It depends. It really depends on what Poirier does, man. Because I remember watching that fight between Khabib and Iaquinta, and Iaquinta did a really good job of what he would do. I don't know, coach, if you saw that fight, but Iaquinta he take some shots, man, and he was able to, like, okay, Khabib was getting confident, like, oh yeah, I'm striking, okay, I'm gonna stand toe to toe with him, and then Iaquinta would get punches in too. You know what I mean? He had some good counters and stuff like that. Because Khabib, his defense when it comes to striking, man, there's more to be desired there, and he can be countered. um, I think it just really depends on what Poirier brings. I think Poirier, for him to to have any chance of winning this fight, I think he's going to have to kind of not lull Khabib to sleep, but kind of bring him in. You're going to have to stand toe to toe, and all right, you might have to take a punch or two. Don't take the full punch, but get Khabib confident, get him feeling himself, because people are vain. We all, oh, yeah, there's levels to it, but you know, it's easy to start feeling yourself, and Khabib's not. You know, that can happen to Khabib too. You know what I mean? So, try to give him opportunity to get confident in himself, and then try to take advantage of that. The question is, can he? You know, can he do that? But I got Khabib dominating this fight, specifically on the ground. It really just depends on what Poirier brings to the table, man.
Yeah, brother. It it depends, man. It depends on what he bring to the table, man. Poirier is on like a 5 or 6 fight win streak, man. He been winning. Um, and Poirier's coming in with a lot of momentum, lots and lots of momentum, and that means when you have momentum, you got confidence. Okay. His last win, he beat Max Holloway. Okay, it's the last win on his resume that he had. So that's coming in with a lot of confidence, man. This guy's been winning, okay, and he's been winning. When you beat Dustin Poirier, more than likely you're gonna have to finish him, okay. He's gonna make every attempt to not let this fight go to distance with you, okay. He's going to try to finish you. That's his style. Okay, he's not a guy that let the fight go to the judges most of the time. He's going to finish you. With that being said, Dustin Poirier, he's a complete fighter. I just don't think, okay, I really don't think that he can do anything with Khabib. And I say this, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't know, man. I just think Dustin stylistically, I think he tailor made for Khabib because he's gonna come right at him. And when you come right at Khabib, when you come right at him and you get into his world, and that's that close quarters, that's it. It's over. Okay. I think Poirier gonna make it interesting though, and I think Dustin Poirier isn't gonna just fold, like everybody else. Like Khabib get him, and Khabib being there talking junk to him, man. He be telling him to quit. Like, look, you want to quit. You don't want any more of this. You really do want to quit. Just quit. Dustin Poirier, he ain't them kind of fighters, man. He's a bit stronger too, man. He's strong. So Khabib is gonna have a little bit of time trying to get this guy to maul him, but at the end, Khabib is gonna wear him down. Okay, and Khabib is gonna have his way with him. That's just what it is, man. Khabib Nurmagomedov is a whole nother athlete, y'all. He just is. Okay, Khabib is striking. I think Dustin Poirier got better striking. Okay, I think Dustin Poirier is jab, and I even think Dustin Poirier got decent speed, but I think Khabib is too fast, man. I think he too fast. I think the guy moves like a panther. Okay, Khabib moves like a freaking panther. Okay, the guy can cut off the octagon and he can close that distance almost as good as anybody in the UFC. Okay, Khabib Nurmagomedov is that good. Um, his striking, though, I'm not as impressed with his striking. I'm not. Other people are, but I'm not. I'm not really impressed with his striking. However, I do think that Khabib is an exceptional athlete, and I think could Dustin Poirier do what I suggested to beat Khabib? Could he really do that? Could Dustin Poirier keep this fight in the center of the octagon? Could Dustin Poirier, when he's against the fence, because he's going against that fence, could Dustin Poirier, when he's against that fence, can he slip some knees in while Khabib trying to, shoot for takedowns? Can Dustin Poirier slip some nice little elbows in there, when Khabib, trying to shoot his head down to get those takedowns? I mean, can that happen? It's possible. Okay, Dustin Poirier got the strength to. It's possible. But what did I tell y'all? It takes a special kind of athlete to exploit those Khabib weaknesses. Okay, it does. Khabib he keeps his chin up, but Khabib really don't really care about that. Does Dustin Poirier have the power? Now, this is where we got to have a discussion. Okay, Dustin Poirier does have the power, and if Khabib run in there, and if Dustin Poirier can time it just right, he might crack Khabib with a shot. It's possible. Okay, so hopefully Khabib he's tightened up on that, man. He tightened up on keeping his chin up, and he's done it because he take a really solid play shot from Dustin Poirier. Could be lights out. Could be. But I got Khabib winning this round, fourth round. Okay, fourth round TKO victory for Khabib Nurmagomedov. I think Dustin Poirier quits, man, by round four because he can't take it.
Yeah, I think it might be something like that. It really just depends. I'm like I said, I can't say too much on it because I know people are saying he has good wrestling and stuff like that. But does he have the does he and he's strong, but does he have the strength to match Khabib? Does he have the wrestling to match Khabib on the ground? When he's put like you said, when he's pushed up against that cage, can he withstand the pressure? Can he aggravate Khabib? Can he do little things that can mess with Khabib? Can he do that? Can he take advantage of that? I don't know. I think that, like I said, to put it in his favor, he's going to have to, um, try to keep it standing. Good takedown defense, and if Khabib can't be cracked, he can't be caught. But I just don't. I don't know, man. I'm going with Khabib. I just don't. I don't think he has enough, man. I don't think he has enough.
Brother, all I got in my head, man. Whenever I think of Khabib Nurmagomedov, man, I think of Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor getting dealt with, man. And then I think of what he did to Edison Barboza, man. Man, look, he told Edison Barboza, he told him, man, look, go ahead and quit. Just quit right now. He told Michael Johnson, he said, you don't want to take this no more. He said, this is over. Like that's the image that I get of Khabib, man. These guys, they sitting there, they trying to hold their hand up over their head, and it's just, you don't want this anymore. This is bad for you. You're gonna get hurt. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
this is brilliant. This is brilliant. But I got Khabib. I got Khabib fourth round stoppage. Okay, I got him. And I see my brother full time in there. He said Poirier don't have quit in his blood. You know what? And he probably don't. He probably don't. Just Khabib made a lot of guys seemingly quit, man. They still fighting, but you can tell in their mind they quit, man. They trying to survive. He turned Michael Johnson into a survivor. He turned Edison Barboza into a survivor, man. He was surviving, man, trying to find water on the desert island. I said, God, dog, he is whooping Barboza's, man. He whooping the piss out of him, man. But yeah, man, yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. Okay, man. So we'll get into this, man. This last topic. This is a non-MMA topic, okay? I was sent this by a subscriber, and shout out to the brother, man. He asked, and he said he did not want to be disclosed, and probably because he did not want people to know who he is that watches LFL football. Okay, to be honest, I've seen some LFF games, but I'm not really that much of a fan of it. I'm not. Um, the athletes are good, but I'm not really a huge fan of it. So I'd rather just keep watching MMA. But oh, shout out to my boy George Page in that super chat. Shout out to my boy George Page in the super chat. Okay, George Page is the legendary George Page, and if you know George Page, he's in comment threads. George's been real solid, and George, we have to get up, I talk to you behind the scenes, man. George been real solid, man. Been
Oh yeah, man.
extremely solid, and and George don't know a lot of stuff that's going on with people and other people, man. But George been solid here, man. So it is what it is. Appreciate you, George. You the man. I've watched it, but I'm really, it's more of like a fantasy land to me. I don't really get into that. But I saw, a video, man. And coach, okay, it's a coach by the name of Sydney Lewis. Now, the young lady that you see on the screen, her name is Chaz Dustin. She's the quarterback for the Chicago Bliss. Now, this guy and his athlete, man, they got into like a real crazy argument, man. And I'm talking about, when I say argument, I'm talking about the argument was so severe, man, that this coach, in the locker room now, mind you, now these are women. These are women, man, that's got on little to no clothing. Okay, he arguing with a female. He took a chair and threw the chair across the locker room. Now, he didn't throw it at anybody. He threw the chair across the locker room. And then he proceeded to get up in this woman's face, man. This 24, 25-year-old woman face. And he started cussing, man. And then, when I said, okay, now I know he got fired for this. No. Okay, guess what the LFL did? They posted the video on their website. They posted the video on their website. All right, my girl Brittany Miles is out of the building. That's AKA Batty B. She's out. She said she got to do her hair, and she got to get ready for class. The 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 wily, the saucy Brittany Miles. Yeah, but yeah, man. But yeah. So, and I'm bringing this up, and NFL is in the agenda because I put it there. So I know somebody, man, this is MMA. Don't get upset. Do not get upset. But this coach took a chair and threw it across the room, and you can see, like, okay, let me tell you, these women, when you hear them talk, they got sailor, man. They got potty mouths, man. I'm talking about, man, they be cussing like sailors. So these are very, very tough females. They tough, man. So they can take a coach fussing at them. They can take it. They can take it like a champ, but man, this dude crossed the line. Like, for real, he crossed the line. I'm talking about, he took that darn chair, he slung it across the locker room, and then it was silence in that locker room, man. Every last one of them women, they got quiet, man. They got quiet for like a minute, you know. And then she started, like, Chaz Dusant started cussing them out, saying, "You gonna throw an effing chair? Go ahead, throw an effing chair. Ain't nobody scared of you." Like, man. Like, General Africa, like, have you heard this story yet, man?
Nah, I ain't even seen it yet, man.
Well, the coach's name, his name is Coach Sidney Lewis, okay? So, I decided I did some digging, some research. Okay, I did some research on Sidney Lewis, and you know what? This guy, he played football at the University of Wyoming. That's where he played. And this guy, he got he got suspended from the team. Now, they didn't say what he did. But see, when a football team, when they suspend you from the team, okay? A college football team, when they do that, something went down, okay? Something serious went down. He got suspended for violating team rules. Okay, so I'm taking a look at this because a lot of us, y'all, some of y'all might have kids that's being coached. Some of y'all might have female, kids, okay? Y'all might have female kids. And, they might have male coaches. See, I didn't care if my daughter had a tough coach. I didn't care about that, okay? Because I know my daughter hard-headed. She hard-headed, man. She don't listen, okay? So it didn't bother me if a coach yelled at my daughter. That never bothered me. Now, if he took something and started throwing stuff and throwing chairs and throwing stuff at her, yeah, you know what? Okay, we kind of got a problem. Because, yeah, these are tough as nail females. They tough, man. And I understand in football, that's the culture. That's the culture of the sport. But you're coaching a team full of women practically in their underwear. So you got to look at how this looks, man. You got to look at how this looks for this brother. Okay, you got to look at it. But I'm sitting there thinking this boy finna get fired. No, General Africa. The LFL, oh, I'm sorry, LFA, sorry. The LFL, they put the video. They put the video on their website. They're promoting it. They promote it, man. You gotta see it, man. Look, it's so. Look up Chaz Dusant and Sidney Lewis, man. Look that up,
Okay.
and you'll see what I mean, man. It's kind of disturbing, man. It's real disturbing because I started
Yeah,
thinking,
let me pull it up right now.
yeah. So General, while
gonna-
General do that, we'll get his
That's
thoughts.
gonna my response is gonna depend on that. You said CHAZ.
Yeah, C Chaz Dusant, CHAZDUSON, Dusant. So
Okay.
listen, and then while General do that, I'm gonna explain. Okay, so I started thinking about Conor McGregor. Okay, I started thinking about what he was doing, and guys, men that get angry like that, like really angry and aggressive like that, even towards women, towards people, period, man. They got an issue. They don't have no issue putting their hands on a woman. And I started thinking, man, if somebody don't calm this dude down, he gonna put hands on this girl. And she's a girl. She's 25. She's a girl. Okay. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like, what? And I'm gonna tell you what happened. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all what perspired. So, these are women, man. These are women. Okay. They're not really truly football players. They're not. So he told her to do a play called whip. Okay. He told her to do a play called whip. And I understood where it came from. And she thought that meant spike the ball. That's an honest mistake. So, they got into their argument on the sideline. He cussed her out. She cussed him out. And they both, and I figured that was it. Okay? I figured that was it. No. This dude, after the game over, he went back in there, man, and he started talking about it again. And so Chaz, she was really trying to explain herself. She was trying to explain herself. And he just erupted, man. He just erupted. I'm talking about he started cussing her out. And then it got real bad. And I said, yo, dude finna hit her, man. He finna put hands on her for real. He picked up a chair, man, threw the chair recklessly. He didn't even know where the chair was going. Okay, he just threw it recklessly. Now, what if he would have hit somebody? Like, man, and I thought, yo, dude is out of here. He's done. He's done. Because I can understand if that's a room full of men. Okay, I understand that. Yeah, throw a chair. They men. They can, we can take it. But a room full of females in their underwear, you know how that look. And then you start seeing just about every last one of them football players, man. That tough facade, it went out of them, man. And they were scared. And they thought that, dude was finna do something physical. That's what they thought. And man, coaching men and women is different. I'm a coach, I know. I can get mad at women. I get mad at them. and they work harder than my boys. My boys, they don't want to work. Okay, I get on the women, and they respond, but it's only so far you can take that. There's only so far you can take it, because if you take it too far with females, they will quit. Now it'll take a while. Females, it'll take a while for them to quit. They'll put up with your stuff for months at a time. They'll put up with it. But when it get too dangerous and they think their life in danger, guess what they do? They bounce. Okay? And I saw a coach who definitely lost control, man. And I saw a coach that if those two would have been in that locker room by themselves, okay, I saw that girl getting hurt. Okay? I saw it. And people can say, well, that's just his emotion got in there. This is one time where I agree with full time, okay? You let your emotion get that high. And I'm talking about you really let your emotions get that high. That you want to take a chair and throw, like, you know, I've been in practice where I got mad and I'm throwing my hat on the ground, okay? I've thrown my cell phone on the ground. I've done those things. But man, a chair? When I get that mad and I know I'm that mad, I just leave. I tell them, hey, practice over. Practice over. I agree with full time on this one. Man, look, you can't get your emotion that high when you throw a chair across a room full of female that's they got on little to no clothing. Now that's another thing. So you got to understand now, where these people sitting at. That's whoo, buddy. It's
Hey,
bad.
coach, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. So this is the thing. Uh, yeah. See, because in that situation, man, it's like you just. I don't want to say too much from the outside looking in, but like you do have to watch out for certain things, man. You do. And then I look at it from the perspective of like from the athlete, and you see, okay, now she's literally, you know, okay, now she's challenging his authority as a coach, and it's like, all right, am I going to lose this team? But then at the same time, it's like, man, or do you pull her to the side or something like that? Because, but at the same time, it's like keeping it real, man. We keep it real over here. It's a hardcore league, man. Like I've seen a few of the. Like, I'm like you, man. Like I'm not really a fan of it. I've seen a few, and they're hardcore, man. Like they go in, man. Like these are athletes. Like they're not playing games. Hard hits. What I mean? They literally are playing for the love of the game, and it's like, why do they gotta be wearing this and that? Like as a man, I'm not tripping, but it's like, well, okay, they're trying to appease the demographic. Okay, I get it, but it's a tough situation, man. I mean, you gotta be careful. I mean, I think we've both seen guys throw garbage cans and stuff like that, but it's for me, it's more the optics. You know what I mean? That's how it is for me. It's more the
yeah,
optics because I feel like a lot of them, they probably like they're not even like tripped out. I think some of them might have been, they really not cut from that cloth. Like, okay, I'm a little intimidated now. I think some of them are like, okay, this is football. This is how we do it. For me, it's just like, you know, how does it look? But I mean, I guess they weren't tripping. They put it up there,
yeah,
But it's tough. It's a weird situation because she's going toe to toe with the coach, and it's like, I mean, that's literally like how you handle that moment you can either have that team or lose it. You know what I mean? And this is the Chicago team. This is like they're good. I think they've won a few championships, but like they're good every single year. Like this is you either the team's gonna respect you or not. They either gonna respect you or run over you. But it's like, oh, we throwing chairs. Okay, it's just that's my thing. You know, I can sit here and say, yeah, definitely. It's easy for me to say like there's better ways to do that. It is. It is better ways to
yeah,
do that.
yeah. Like,
But I'm
man,
like, what do you do? You know?
I
I
had a
mean, you probably
coach.
don't throw chairs, but yeah, coach, you're the coach. You dealt with this more than me.
I had a coach, man. My football coach, man. I love him to this day, man. That dude broke a chalkboard. And I don't know if y'all remember, man. They used to use chalkboards, man. That dude broke a chalkboard. He got so mad at us, but I that didn't bother me because me, that's what coaches do. But then we didn't have any girls in the locker room. Well, we had one that she was pretty good, but she got hit, and dudes was hitting her too hard, man, and she got hurt. But we really didn't have like a team full of women in the locker room. We didn't have that. We had a coach, so for him to come over and grab us by the shoulder pad and jack us up. See, we didn't think nothing about that. I know I didn't. My coach, man, I was the one cracking jokes and making people laugh, so I was always getting jacked up. I was always having to stay out to practice to do gassers. I was always having to stay out to practice to do bear crawls. He was always slapping me in the back of my head. That's what my coach did. Okay, he did it. Um, with a team full of women, and if it was a female coach, they probably wouldn't have made such a stench out of it. But first of all, the guy's a black guy. He's a black male. That's number one. Okay. Two, he throws the chair. Okay. Now, mind you, there's a girl walking into the picture. Okay, not the girl he was arguing with, but he threw the chair right in her direction. Now, what if the chair would have struck this girl? See, now we got all kind of stuff opening it up. And I think in that situation, man, there's a difference between men and women. There's a difference, okay? I've coached a team full of women. I've coached them, and you do have to go in, man, because if you coaching females and if they think you soft, they will try to run you over. They'll try to. They will talk back. You got to shut that down. Look here, hey, go on and be quiet. Look here, I ain't trying to hear that. Be quiet. I don't care about what you think. Just do what I say. See, that's my coaching style. I don't care what you think, okay? I don't care. The coach don't really care. Coach don't really give a care what you think. Okay, shut your mouth. Know what your level is. Understand who running things around here. It's not you. It's not you. Hey, hey, let me tell you what I think about you. Nothing. Get back to work. See, that's me. But when it gets too far, when they challenge my authority, I kick them out. Okay, I just like, okay, bye. See, that's what you deal with women. Now, if they boys, okay, I go in on them. I grab them by their shirt. Who you talking to, boy? What you say? What you gonna do? Come on, let's go. See, I jack them boys up. But them girls, nah, man, I don't go nowhere near them, man. I tell them to go. Peace. I ain't coaching you. You got to go. It's only one chief in here. It's only one captain on the ship, and that's Captain Coach. You got to go. Beat it. And see, girls don't like that. They don't like that feeling of abandonment. So guess what they do? They go home, they get themselves together, and they call and say, hey, can I come out to practice? See, that's how you deal with them. I think he could have took it a whole nother route besides throwing the chair. He could have, said, look, I'm gonna holler at you after the game. But General, you know what it seemed like, man? And this may be like really, really going out on a limb, man. It seemed like they was arguing like they was together, man. Like, were you thinking that like at any time, like
Yeah, yeah. It was weird, man. And we got full time with the talking about betas and stuff like that, man. What are you gonna do with this guy, man? But yeah, it was a little weird, and you're 100% correct. It's like okay, with a strong man like my dad, for instance, he don't need to like scream and yell and stuff, like just a look. You know what I mean? Like as a kid, like just a look, man. And you're 100% right from psychological perspective, and when it comes to dealing with women, man. I pull them to the side. All right, hey, look, this is how we're gonna do it. If you're not, down with that, then you can leave,
it
and they'll
just
respect that even more. It's like they actually like, you know, that's more like throwing that tantrum or whatever it was, like that actually you'll lose respect. Like it's kind of like, okay, he lost his composure. Like and you got women out there that, you know, like they'll play on stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's like you lost control. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You lost composure, you lost control. And it's like now you're not even in control of your emotions now. Because like you said, and it's tough in a situation, but I mean, like, yeah, I mean, pull it to the side, like this is how we gonna do it. Like you either with it or you can get lost. Like and like you said, they'll be they will surely recognize what they're missing, and they'll
yeah,
be back. And if not, then okay, bye.
bye.
You know what I mean?
That's
You
my
know,
favorite word. Bye. Okay. Well, see you later.
no, I can
Peace.
replace. See ya. But
Yeah.
yeah, go in on that. Touch on that. Yeah,
It's
it was different.
it really it seemed like, man, that it seemed like they had a relationship going on, because I'm thinking, what did she say? Okay, yeah, she told him what she thought a little bit, and they both had words, but not to the I'm saying to this extent. It seemed like they was kind of messing around, doing a little horizontal poker behind the scenes, and I'm like,
Yeah,
man, this ain't good, and I've also learned in coaching too, man. I don't care who you are, if you coach somebody, you can't have relations with those you try to mentor. You can't have relations with them, because that turns into a toxic environment, and then everybody knows it. Everybody knows what's going on your team, so you can't have relations with those you try to mentor. It just doesn't work, man. That's an old age. That's an old age, whatever they call it, old age, whatever that thing, that people say, but it's true. Okay, and I've seen teams self-destruct, when you have men as head coach, and or you have women as coaches, and then they get with members on the team that's of age, like they got a little league here, man. They got a semi-pro women's football league here, man. And the coach, man, a good coach, man, but he be messing with his athletes. You can't do it. You can't do it. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but this guy Sidney Lewis, he been a loose cannon for a while. He was messing up in Wyoming, and maybe they should have did their research on this guy. I don't know, but the LFL don't have a problem with it. Hey, they posted that, and that video like went viral, man. And so they put it on their website.
you can't mix business and pleasure. Like, yeah, I don't know what it is, but I mean, and you gotta be real careful, man. You're a brother, you're a young dude. I mean, look, man. I mean, you just gotta be strong-willed, man. I mean, you're the coach.
You have
You're
to.
the coach, man. Like you literally just fought. Like you're on the same level with her now. You're supposed to be at a level where okay, they listen and this is what it is. And if they step out of line, then okay, then you deal with that. But you get into a shouting match, like what? It's like so
Yeah.
now the other athletes are looking
It's
around like. And I saw one of the coaches' reactions. Like at first, I was like, "Is this a gimmick or something?" But one of the other coaches, his face was like, he's like, "Whoa!" Like he was kind of like,
Yeah, man, we ain't trying to go to jail. But I'm gonna tell you, man, the whole league to me is thugged out, man. I'm gonna just be honest. The league itself is thugged out. Uh, man, these coaches, they be giving these halftime interviews. They be cussing up a storm, and the players, man, they be cussing each other out. And man, they be mic'd up, man. And then even the guys calling the fight, man, they look like they on cocaine. Like I'm like, what is this, man? But I'm gonna tell you though, in the girls' defense, though, man, I'm gonna tell you. See, when you dig and you do research, man, when you really, really do research, um, this girl had no experience at quarterback, okay? None whatsoever. They put her in there, okay, without the proper training, okay? They wasn't doing anything extra to help this girl become a really good quarterback, okay? So you put somebody in there who don't know nothing about the position, okay? And she's thrown in there because she's a good athlete and she just athletic enough to make plays. Well, okay, now you got a problem, okay? You had a quarterback that was there who could have played a position. Okay, now this girl been taking heat all year long about how bad a quarterback she is, but you left her in a position. Now my thing is, why did it take a whole season for him to figure out that she was a bad quarterback? I mean, you got to see what I'm saying, man. There's is something about this story to me is not right. But I tell you this, man. We'll go ahead and go into the MMA news. Okay, guys, the phone lines are now open. Okay, we have about 15 minutes left on the show. Okay, the phone lines are now open, and we'll talk about MMA news. Let me see. Let me get the phone lines. Okay. Okay, and those of y'all that you feel like calling in, you may call in at this time. Okay, and that's just what it is. Okay, MMA news. Okay, now let's talk about the news of what's been happening here. Chris Cyborg supposed to be going to Bellator. Amanda Nunes, she's supposed to be fighting somebody else at 145 after she's done with Jermaine Durandame. Okay, General Africa. I mean, who? First of all, who could she be fighting? And then second, I don't know. Like, what is Dana White like? This dude let Chris Cyborg get away. That's a moneymaker. Like, I don't know, man. Who could Amanda Nunes fight in the 145-pound division?
All right, look, man. So Dana White, after all this BS, all this bullcrap that he's been pushing about Chris Cyborg, lets Chris Cyborg leave, messes all that up. And listen, I mean, I'm not gonna say it was 100% him. They both made mistakes and this and that, but the bulk of the blame's on Dana White, right? You got Amanda Nunes coming out talking about, oh well, Chris Cyborg said she turned down the contract, and all this stuff like that, right? And basically taking Dana White's word for it, because that's what Amanda Nunes does. Anything that Dana White says, she believes. Anything that as soon as she beat Chris Cyborg, now she's celebrating and jumping out of the octagon, running to Dana White. And now, after Chris Cyborg's gone, Amanda Nunes, who was supposed, I thought, was going to go down to 135 and just focus on that. Now she's finding somebody at 145. Are you kidding me? And look, and I can't put it all on Dana White either. Nope, I'm not going to do it. Amanda Nunes gets some of this work too, because if she really wanted to fight Chris Cyborg, she would have. They would have been fighting. It's not just Chris. Look, how much is Chris Cyborg supposed to do? How much? I'd say like 95% of the fight, of the pre-fight hype, or for the fight that could have been, was Chris Cyborg. Dana White wasn't pushing it. Amanda Nunes wasn't pushing it. Amanda Nunes wasn't pushing it. Period. Okay. She rarely ever talked about it. She stayed silent this whole time. And the only time she did talk about this fight was when she just came out saying, "Oh well, Dana White said that Chris Cyborg didn't sign the contract." So, whatever. Nah, man. I'm not doing the whole apathetic thing. I'm not doing the whole she don't care thing. I'm starting to, okay, she beat her. Okay, yeah, great. So what? You know what I mean? She's the one. I didn't say it. She's the one that said, "Oh, I'll fight her in 2 years, maybe." I really have to question: did Amanda Nunes really want this rematch as much as Chris Cyborg did? Yeah, okay, you could say, okay, it's fair enough. You could say she beat her. Okay, cool. But did she really want this rematch? I thought you were going down to 135. I thought that's what was happening. You know, but you're going straight back up. Really, really. Okay. So, Dana White dropped the ball, and Amanda Nunes takes some of the blame too. I don't know who Amanda Nunes is going to fight at 145. I mean, what? Megan? What? Spencer, who
Nah,
got destroyed by like who? I mean, come
it's
on,
gonna be
man.
Spencer. It's gonna be Spencer. And I'm gonna tell you why, because it'll add insult to injury. So Felicia Spencer going there and get demolished by Nunez, then Dana White can say, see, Chris Cyborg didn't want to deal with this animal called Nunez, and that's why she left. This guy's the handwriting on the wall. Okay, Dana White's gonna further do what he got to do now to completely demolish Chris Cyborg's reputation. He's going to do it. He's gonna keep doing it, but he's gonna use Felicia Spencer to do so. Okay, that's just what it is. Um, yeah, man, General, I agree with a whole lot of them talking points, man. I agree with a lot of that. Amanda Nunes does get some of the blame, man. Because it was Chris that was really insisting on this fight more and more. Like Amanda, she would say a few things here and there every now and then, but it's almost like she was just like, okay, well, if it happened, it happened. If it don't, it don't. That was her attitude. So, you know, God, man, God, this is probably them fighting again is the biggest fight. Okay, right now that can be made, but Chris will be in Bellator. Scott Coker, is making, and Scott keep coming out saying that he got this deal, that this great big old deal that he got going down for Chris and him and Bellator. So I'm kind of interested, man, because Bellator got this $1 million tournament going on. So I'm thinking, okay, now Bellator can do $1 million tournament. I know they got the money to give Chris what she want because Scott Coker was bragging to me, yeah, I got Viacom in my back pocket. So, we got the money, we got the checkbook. This Scott Coker saying this. So that's that's really in a big, that's the big headliner in MMA news. Um, Jessica Andrade and Willie Zane, man, that fight going down, and you know what? Looking at Willie Zane and a lot of her posts, Willie Zhang is very, very confident right now. Willie Zhang is very confident right now, General. She's extremely confident. What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, man, I wouldn't be too confident. Well, I mean, I won't say that. That doesn't make sense. I understand her as a fighter coming in, being confident in this and that. You're fighting in your hometown, which sometimes can add more pressure. But like I've said before, you know, I mean, she's fought some good competition, but there's holes in her game, and if she goes in close with Andrade, that can be trouble, man. That can be trouble. And it's and Willie Zhang's strong, but I mean, there's been moments where she was fighting people who didn't have the body structure as her, didn't necessarily look as strong as her, and or might not even be literally as physically strong as her, and she had some struggles and this and that. You're dealing with Jessica Andrade with the issues with head movement, with issues cutting off the ring. I still wholeheartedly believe poses a huge threat if Willie Jane goes in there and tries to go toe to toe with her. I mean, and Jessica Andrade's not bad on the ground either. I think her best bet will be on the ground, um, but that's not you know that wouldn't be in the bag for Wheelie as well. If Wheelie Zane goes in there and goes toe to toe with Andrade, man, she could get beat up. I got Jessica Andrade winning. I got
Okay.
Jessica Andrade winning, man.
Okay. I got. I also got Jessica winning. Willie Zhang is a close quarters fighter. She likes to fight inside, and that's not a good tactic. Now Willie Zhang though. Now me discovering and really doing more research on her. She can fight on the outside too, and I think that she's going to have to take that approach. This fight especially because people they just well Willie Zhang. She's in front of her hometown. She in China and she in China. So she in China, she gonna get up for this fight. She gonna do this. She gonna do that. And it's like, okay, well y'all saying she gonna do all this, but she better not do it playing Jessica game, because if she play the inside fighting game, she will lose this fight. Okay, Willie John will lose this fight. She's a real good fighter, an extremely good fighter, but she will lose this fight if she plays that inside game. Okay, if she do it. That's just what it is. That's just what's gonna happen. Okay, I can't see her winning this fight. Um, she's faster than Jessica Andrade. She's a lot faster. Her hand speed is faster. Her attacks are faster. Her clinch. I don't know who's better in the clinch. I don't know. I think Jessica Andrade has her clinch is decent. It's decent, but Jessica Andrade is very underrated on the ground too. Jessica got a pretty good ground game. She know how to wrestle, but she just chooses not to use that part of her game for whatever reason. For whatever reason. Okay, Genesis, I added you. We got about maybe 10 minutes left on the stream. The phone lines are open now for those of y'all that want to go. All sports. I know you want to go head to head with the coach. Bring it on, man. I got you. I'm ready. I'm ready for you. Hey, we can agree to disagree. Hey, I got no issues with people disagree. Just hey, just your opinion ain't gonna be the opinion that matters. Or mine. I'm not hating because if I don't agree with you, I just don't agree with you. It's just what it is. I'm gonna keep my opinion. And if your opinion sounds great, and if I can see it, yeah, I'll change. But nah, I ain't gonna change it. And smash that like button, y'all. Smash the like button. We got the haters in here. We know they can't stay away. They can't stop. They got to come in here. We got the haters, and they gonna keep hating, okay? Because they trying to do what they do, and they can't do what they do. So they gonna come in here and try to mess up what I do. But even when you thumb the video down, it still goes into the analytics. That's how dumb y'all are. How stupid y'all are. Um, so I got Andrade winning, okay? Got Andrade winning the fight. Um, other MMA news, man. Other MMA news. Dana White, said that he planned on getting in boxing by 2020, man. So what are your thoughts about that?
Okay, this is my thing about Dana White going into boxing. And Eddie Hearn came out and said he's not going to be able. Dana White's not going to be able to
force fighters to fight. My thing is this: it's like, and I know in the UFC, Dana White gets these fighters to fight, and we see the fights we want to see when we want to see them. When you're dealing with boxing, you're dealing with like it's like old school politics, man, like old school establishment, and you're just not going to be able to muscle in. I mean, look what Eddie Hearn tried to do that, and Dana White has more money, I think. Maybe not. Well, after the zone deal, I don't know, but you're just not going to be able to muscle in boxing, man. It's just going to be another. To me, it's just going to be another promotional body that's just going to add more politics to it. I'm not against it because if it works, it works. Like this is not the, and we know what happened with Al Heyman. He tried to make this whole thing. Oh, Dana White's going to make the best fight happen. Well, Al Heyman's been trying to do that for years, and a lot of you fought him. Why? A guy that never said anything, didn't come in talking trash like Eddie Hearn, just wanted the best to fight the best, and wanted it for free as well. And it wasn't good enough. But now Dana White's supposed to, you know what? Honestly, I'm for real because I could be petty like that too. Dana White comes in, and now everybody's talking. Oh yeah, the best are gonna fight it. No, I literally, I don't care because I'm one of those guys that tried to get the best to fight the best and was laughed at and was told to be quiet and this and that and called black tart and Flomo and this and that. And then if I see all these people. Now you're jumping on Dana White's bandwagon, who were against Al Heyman. Yeah, I'll go against it. I will. Yep, because I know how the world works, But just from an X and O's point of view, I don't think it's gonna do much because he's gonna have to deal with Bob Arum. He's gonna have to deal with, De La Fishnets. He's kind of out of the picture. It looks like, but the racist cokehead, but. Bob Arum, okay, then PBC, and I think the PBC will make fights. I mean, but still, and then you got on the other side of things Eddie Hearn and them, and then you got their relationships with the different sanctioning bodies, and Dana White is going to come in here and change all of this. I don't see it happening.
Nope, I don't see it either.
Salute to Genesis, the lovely Genesis, the queen in the building.
Genesis, there's an option.
I will be petty like that. I don't care because I've been here long enough to know how fake people are. All the BS that LD, not just LDBC, but man, a lot of people, man, had to deal with, Coach, me, so many different brothers, and it's not even just a straight color thing. Because it was people who weren't black who wanted to see the best fight the best, and they were attacked too. Oh, you're I don't even know what they would say, man, just ridiculous stuff. But then if people are gonna try and come to me and tell me I gotta roll with Dana, if they really have the gall to do that, you got something coming, man. I will literally go against you. I don't care what you say.
Yeah. Hey, Genesis, there's an option where you can put your photograph in this. It'll tell you to edit your avatar. That means you put your picture in there.
I don't see.
Well, it's when you first come in. Like it'll say edit avatar. If you just
Oh,
don't.
I see it.
Huh?
I say, oh, I see it now.
Yeah. So you can throw your photograph in there if you don't want just a plain whatever. And shout out to my man, the great benefactor in that super chat. Definitely, the money that I collect on super chat, it goes to fighters, and this time it's gonna go to students. Okay, gonna give it to students. We're gonna, get book bags for them, and that's just what it is, guys. We're gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna do it. We always do it here, guys. The fighters, they show nothing but love and respect, because we try to respect these fighters. The female fighters get it a little bit more, so their opportunities are very limited. So I try to just give it to the female fighters because they need it the most, so that's what it do. Real quick news on this channel. Sabina Mazo, we're trying to work out a time. Sabina is busy, and the more that she gets, deeper into the UFC, she is going to be busy. So I have to plan stuff with her, ahead of time, and really get into it because with Sabina, I'm used to just shooting the crap with her, and we be joking and laughing, but she's coming very very soon. I don't know when. Okay, I don't know when. Um, she said sometime the weekend. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. And she says I'm down for the interview whenever. That's Sabina. Okay, so but she'll come back on. I know she'll give it to me when she get time. Um, yeah. Well, Genesis, we talked a lot. We're talking about MMA news now. The fight breakdown portion is gone, and we're going to be taking phone calls. And if nobody calls, then we're in the show. Um, this whole thing now, who do you think Amanda Nunes is going to be fighting at 145? Because Dana White says after the Jermaine Durandame fight, then Amanda will be fighting somebody at 145.
You already know they finna let Felicia Spencer fat funky ass fight
Oh,
for the
PG
title.
13. It's real PG 13 for real. Like I done changed the whole format.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. But who else they gonna let fight? It's gonna be her. I'm sorry, I don't know how to watch my mouth. I'm gonna try to do better.
That's fair. Hey, we'll have some nights where we all raw, but I'm gonna be watching mine. But go ahead. I mean, you grown, and I can't tell you how to talk. You know,
Nothing. I just think it's gonna be her.
she called Felicia Spencer fat and funky. Man, that's crazy. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. Does anybody here think Felicia Spencer can go the distance with Nunes?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't see it happening.
Man, that's a tough fight for Felicia, man. God,
It is. She was already getting lit up by Chris. Shit.
yeah, she gonna be the sacrificial lamb for real. Like she's gonna be the sacrificial lamb of all of that. That's
She gonna end up just like Aspen Ladd.
yeah. Aspen took that shot, but see, Aspen Lab problem it was weight. She just the weight cut. I think the weight cut killed her. And that helped Jermaine. Jermaine won it, but that weight cut helped. Um, yeah, Spencer. Part of me, I kind of feel bad for that girl because they using her, man. They using her because think about it. I figured when they got Chris out the way, I figured they would just kind of sign a lot more people and the division would populate itself, man. But they still ain't really doing that. So what is Felicia Spencer gonna be? I mean, either they're gonna build that division around her, or they gonna use her as a gatekeeper. That's all you got. And then you got Megan Anderson lurking around, who Felicia Spencer already beat. So you got Spencer, you got Anderson, Cyborg's no more. You got Nunes,
Yep.
who's the champ. The 145-pound division, man, it's in shambles. Like it's really in disarray, man. I can't even.
Hmm.
Man, I see this. I'm like, God, dog. Like they have made a mockery out of this division. They've
Yeah.
made a
Sure.
mockery. It's sad, actually. It's sad. Um, I wonder if Scott Coker could try to get Felicia Spencer when she get out of her contract. Boy, that'd be good.
Yeah, that'll be nice. But she finna get lit up. They finna either throw her or Megan in there because I don't see nobody else. I mean, that's it.
Yeah. Hey, Robert Heron brought up a point though. Nunez would get 5 rounds to do it. Yeah, man. In 5 rounds, yeah. Spencer out.
Yeah.
She done.
Because the first 3 rounds, Spencer go hold on. I mean, or at least she go try.
Yeah, she can survive though. She can survive. So Spencer got a way of surviving. And
I think Nunes will knock her out brutally, man. I do. 'Cause after the damage, she got a chin, but well, she only how many fights does she have? Like 7. But she's been. I mean, how long is that chin gonna hold up? You know,
I don't
and
know.
I don't want to pick on the girl. It is what it like. She gets the opportunity, then go for it. But after the beating she took the Cyborg, and then she got 5 rounds with Nunes. Those even
Oh,
more precise, and it's going to be some cement behind them.
no.
I think it will be Spencer.
man, I don't know. I don't know. I think Spencer be up in there, man. But boy. I am gonna feel bad for Spencer though, because they gotta. Anybody who think that Bellator's 145-pound division is garbage, they stupid. They got the best 145 pounders in the world. And see, Dana White, this whole like thing that he trying to damage Pam Bam Sorensen, which I was telling people Pam was a good fighter. She's a decent fighter. I mean, she got two wins over quote unquote UFC opponents. I mean, she beat Nico Montano, and Nico is big. And I was telling everybody when Pam fought Nico, I was telling people Nico always been big. She always been big. And she got a win over Nico. And Pam got a win over another UFC fighter that's fighting right now. So, you know, she ain't gonna get a shot. She's not gonna get an opportunity to help build that division because they really don't want to build a division. And this is what when they first had this whole idea, they started doing this tough show. Um, oh, and there's a black girl, Zara dos Santos. Okay, she's there. But so who you got? You got Megan, you got Felicia, you got Zara dos Santos. Okay, I don't really count Amanda because Amanda really don't even want. She don't even want to fight in that division. Okay, Amanda just fought because she wanted to fight Cyborg up there. That's it. Amanda Nunes really don't care for that belt. If she lost the belt, Amanda ain't gonna care. So you got three legit featherweights in that division right now. So and Zara dos Santos, she's a sacrificial lamb for Megan Anderson. But you know what though? I think she can actually beat Megan. But let's look, cause I'm gonna see when that fight is with Megan Anderson. Cause it's that division, y'all. It's just it's that division is a laughing stock. Okay, that's a laughing stock. That's the laughing stock of women's MMA. Is the UFC 145-pound women's division. That's the laughing stock, y'all. Straight up laughing stock. Hold on, I'm gonna check the date. Let me see when Megan fighting Zara dos Santos. I was supposed to interview Zara dos Santos, man, but it's just her English, man. And then she was wanting me to do like another interview where I had to type. I had to do that with Toledo Bernardo, and I ain't typing no more reports, man. I'm not a newspaper editor, I do interviews. That's what I told her. I said, Zara, I do interviews. I ain't typing nothing, okay? You gonna have to roll up on here, cause y'all saw the other ones I did, man. The typing, man, man, going through there, reading the article like 16, 17 times, and I got OCD, so I don't like misspelled words either. I can't stand misspelled words. And if y'all ain't know that about me, I hate grammatical errors. I can't stand that mess. So me, if I see one thing, then I gotta read the whole thing again. So I told her, nah, you ain't talk to me. We ain't doing no. You ain't having me news report nothing.
You know what, Coach? Not to even cut you off, but I think she can beat Megan. I think she can. She followed the blueprint that everybody else has laid out. Think about it.
Take it to the ground.
Yeah, and what's she gonna do? Nothing. Just be kicking like a roach on her back. Nothing.
Yeah, and I don't think her takedown defense, and I don't even think her jiu-jitsu has gotten that much better. Let me see. Let's see, Megan. Yeah, they fighting at home. Where's she? Well, I'm trying to find the date. Man, let's see. Yeah, Spencer got man. I mean, man, she beat Megan fast too. It was almost like she knew exactly what Megan was gonna do. Hold on, I'm trying to find a date when she fighting Dos Santos. I'm reading the article right here.
My whole thing, while you're looking for a coach, my whole
Yeah, go
thing
ahead,
is
bro.
I just wish Dana White wouldn't have gotten my hopes up, people's hopes up about 145. I almost want to say like he set that whole division back for years because you had all these people on the show, and then like then what? You know, like you say, oh, we're gonna build up the division and this and that, and look at it now. And okay, and then you can say, well, Bellator can take fight, and that's true. But it's like, why do you create a show or put all this hype around it, and then you don't even build a division? Like, really? But he's the boss. He knows more than me, right?
Oh man, look at this. How the UFC gonna announce a fight, y'all, and they ain't even set the date? They announced the fight, but they ain't set the date. This is what I keep telling y'all about this debacle called the UFC 145-pound division. Guys, I rest my case. I rest my case, okay? They ain't even set the date. They all they know is it's supposed to be in Australia somewhere, okay? God, dog, y'all. This UFC 145-pound division, guys, this is the worst thing that the UFC. This is terrible, man. This is terrible. It's deplorable. I'm reading another article, man. Nobody knows the date. All we know is that it's in Australia. Okay. Let me see. Dos Santos, yeah, she on a 3-fight winning streak, man. Let me see. Oh, okay, okay, here it is. Saturday, October 5th. Okay, that's when Megan Anderson fights again. Okay, Saturday, October 5th against Zara Ferno Santos. Man, man, man. And Zara got a couple of wins over a couple of Bellator people, man. So I don't know, y'all. I think Megan might take a L. She could take a L here.
I hope she do.
Wow, Genesis, why?
I had I had to censor myself. I almost said something. I forgot this is PG-13.
God dog.
I had to censor myself.
Dang, she.
I don't know. She just I don't know. I just think she just finna get rocked. That's it. She finna get her eggs scrambled once again.
She said eggs, y'all. She said eggs. Oh, this is funny. You know,
Hey, coach, can I do a quick sidebar?
yes, sir.
First off, salute to Sabina Mazo, the great Sabina Mazo, man. I can't wait till you get her on here. Also, man, salute to Alejandra Lara, man, for doing her thing, man. I didn't see the interest. You said she was dancing, but man, I watched the fight, bro. I loved it, man. But she had old girl on the ground, tail on the ground. Then she like, so she steps back. Lara steps back. Then she like psych, bing, bing, right, to the body, that. Then later on in the fight, she had her down again. Then she did it even more cold. She stepped back a little bit, psych again, up, bing, 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 bing. I was like, look at Alejandra Lara out here, man. I didn't have time. I was gonna do a video, but has she fought at 145 or 130?
135.
Okay. Yeah,
Guys,
man. She cleaned up a few things. You know what I mean? She going hard for the environment and stuff like that. All right, look at Lara out here representing Lobo Gym.
out here in these streets, man. What she doing? Hey, y'all. This a quick sidebar before we end the show, man. Kobe Covington, man. This dude, this dude can't dress, y'all. God, dog. This is one tacky, tacky, tacky guy, man. Like I'm looking at this dude on just interviews. Like, dude. Who is advising this guy on how to dress, man?
Nobody.
Guys, it's bad, y'all. It's bad. I mean, you guys want me to put a picture up on the screen? You guys want the coach to put a nice little photograph up on the screen and show you how this guy dresses?
Mm-hmm.
Like he got these goofy shades on, and man, look, man, he was at an interview, man, and this is funny, man. He had two women, man. Okay, and he was interviewing with Brendan Schaub, and when he was interviewing with them, Kobe was talking about all this stuff, man. That well, I got porn star cardio, I got all of this, and then the two women, they start looking at each other and rolling their eyes, and then second, he started talking about political stuff, and when he started talking about political stuff, them girls started frowning, man, and I started thinking, you know what, this guy, he trying to be like McGregor, he trying to be like Floyd Mayweather, but he's like a poor man's version of Floyd Mayweather. Okay, if you're gonna hire some girls to actually be with you, at least get ones that's gonna play the role right, man. Them females, they was completely turned off by anything he was saying, and it's like as soon as he started talking, they just like Kobe is a mark. Kobe is a mark. Them girls, they gonna take that money and then they gonna go to Leroy or Billy Bob down the street and bring the money home to Billy Bob. That's what they gonna do, man.
You
Kobe,
know what?
He's
I
that
think
dude.
go ahead.
Go ahead, sis.
I was just gonna say. I think you should make a list of athletes that always look crazy at interviews and be dressed like they homeless. Cause there's a few people I would put on that list.
Uh, you might have to help me with that list. You might have to help me populate that
Of
list.
course. But you already know who gonna be number one.
No, but he's that dude in high school that that just tries super hard, tries to watched too much Teen Wolf and Boy Meets World. He tries super hard to be like, yeah, he tries super hard to be the best. He had the nerve to talk about Nate and Nick Diaz that they said they got a list and stuff. Like, dude, you pay women to be with you, man. Like, it's just he's that guy, and he's so delusional and he literally doesn't realize. I don't think I really don't think I used to think that he's just playing a role. No, I really don't think he realizes like how people say Cejudo's cringe. This dude is cringe. Like this dude is cringe. If you want to say somebody is cringe, I mean, Masvidal is my best friend. Dude, Masvidal don't like you, man. I don't think so. Like he's my best friend. We've been through so much. He's your best friend. Why are you talking about he a journeyman? And yet, okay, well, he's like, did I lie? Did I say? I mean, some of it was true. Like he's 500 or whatever in his last few fights, 2-2. But you're throwing shade. Like, dude, just stop, man. And he walking around with this new chick that they call her the Queen of Chaos. I'm like, these people are insane.
Okay, now, folks, I want you guys to take a look at the screen, okay? Now, look at this ensemble. He got on a Lucky Charms green suit. He got on red. He got on green. He got on blue. God dog, man. Somebody talk to this guy. Somebody talk like, what do y'all think about this particular, you know, like, wow. What do y'all think about this ensemble on the screen, man?
Stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah, Willetta Rain said he looked like a dollar store pimp. Like, he really does look like a cheap pimp. That's what he looks like. He looks like a cheap pimp. Like, it's just, like, man, but this is what he wears, y'all. This is what he wears. He had another, like hideous. And when I say hideous, hideous ensemble when he did that interview with Brendan Schaub, I said, man. Then he had on, like, a jacket with a T-shirt, a suit jacket with a T-shirt. And I sat back and I'm like, what the, man, are you serious? What? And you call yourself the man? You call yourself the champ? You call yourself the people's champ? Come on, man. Come on, Kobe. Come on. Somebody need to advise this guy on, you know, how he need to put his clothes on or something, man. Yeah, George Page said he looked like Curly from the Three Stooges, man. Like, yo, man. Yeah. Y'all see this?
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. See, I'm gonna tell y'all, General. I was saying, man, y'all fighters. I know y'all listening. Okay, I know the haters listen. I know they listening because, they ain't got nowhere else to go. Nobody love them at home, so they gotta listen to me. Um, but y'all fighters that's listening, look, y'all need to let me manage you. Matter of fact, let me and General Africa manage y'all. Okay, let us advise y'all. Let us tell you guys what y'all need. Okay. Let me and General Africa tell you guys what to do. Listen, man, we'll tell y'all how to present yourself. I mean, we'll tell you guys, what to say. Y'all need to hire us. Like y'all legit need to hire me and General Africa. And I think me and General Africa have you guys walking, talking, and singing a brand new tune. Man, we'll have you guys on top of the world. You might not be on top of the world, but we'll make you think you're on top of the world. We'll let the fans, like they'll love you. We'll have fans loving y'all. Or if you want to be a heel, guess what? I can make you the best heel in the world. Okay? And we can do this without turning off the politically correct crap. Look, I got the solution for all you fighters. Y'all reach out. Okay? Reach out. I'll help you. We'll get your character together. We'll do everything. Okay? This what you do. Okay? To get people mad and riled up. Or this what you do to get people to like you. Okay? It's easy. Okay? Me, I choose to play the heel. I like playing the heel. Okay? Since I started playing the heel, I'm getting a little bit more traffic. I'm getting a little bit more traffic. And
Oh,
people are watching my videos longer. I noticed that too. Like, the YouTube average is like 3 minutes. Man, people watching my video for during there like what, 5 minutes and 45 seconds, man.
you,
All
you
because I became the heel.
you double me. Hey guys, I gotta run. Coach.
Okay. All right, that's General Africa, guys. Go subscribe to the channel General Africa. Okay, that's my side show. That's my side host. Okay, me and General Africa run this together. Okay, we got
Hey,
Genesis
number,
Green. Oh, go ahead, sir. Yes,
number
sir.
one channel. WMMAC, LDWMMAC.
Man,
Stop stealing coach, man. All right, I'm out, guys. See ya.
see you later, man. All right. So Genesis, any last thoughts?
Nope.
Okay, Genesis Green has said nope. And Genesis, put your avatar in there next time.
I will, because this, I don't know what is going on with this.
Yeah, I like this a little better. It's easy for me to get the links out better than Hangout.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier. The links go out fast. People get them. You ain't gotta send the link 5 times. Yeah, it is what it is. Man, let me get this. Let me get this guy off the screen, okay? Let's get this guy off the screen. I don't even want this ugly outfit on my screen anymore. I just don't. Um, you know. Let me see. Who did I have? I had Chantel Coates up there. Let me see. I don't even remember what photograph. Oh yeah, Chantel Coates put my logo on her or whatever. But I ain't see that logo on them shorts though, man. That's what I was looking for. That's okay though. Well, anyway, guys. Yep. So generous. I called you generous. You ain't that generous. You kind of stingy. I can't find it, y'all. I can't find my logo. Oh, there it is. Haha. Good. Get him off the screen. Oh, Genesis Green out. Okay. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. We're gonna close it out. I appreciate it, guys. The Bias But Balanced podcast. Okay. The Bias But Balanced podcast. Man, thank you everybody for joining the show. We went a little bit longer than what I suspected. I only wanted to stay an hour and a half. But you know what, guys? It is what it is. The phone lines are off now. Sorry. We're closing the show out. Okay? Shout out to everybody in the thread. Shout out to George Page. Shout out to the Great Benefactor. Shout out to Dark Truth. All of you guys in that super chat today. Shout out to Genesis Green. Shout out to Dennis Espinoza and the God Doggone Building. Shout out. There it is. Appreciate everybody, guys. And guys, I'll probably try to come back on sometime this week. If not, Monday night, maybe Tuesday night. So be on the lookout. Got a couple of videos coming. I'm going to try to stay up. My workload is going to increase. Genesis Green said that she got hung up on. That's okay. I'm going to hang up on Genesis Green too, because it's fun. I'm not going to hang up on Genesis Green. I won't do it. Genesis Green, that's my girl. Love me some Genesis Green, y'all. Love Genesis Green. She good person, man. But shout out to all the people. The OG Willetta Reigns, Nessus 12 in the building. Okay. Eddie in the building. Okay. Robert Henry. Ooh, Genesis. I gotta decline. I'm closing the show out, girl. I'm closing out the show. Genesis. You know what I'm doing. Closing out the show. Yeah. I hit you back. Closing up the show. But anyway, guys, I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for all the people that came in. Thanks for the people who love this channel. And guys, hit that like button. We got a lot of goofy haters, man. We got haters. But listen, they coming over here. They coming to my videos. And I'm only 8,000 subs strong. But that's okay. That's okay. When I get to 10,000, hey, the gloves off. Because guess what? 10,000, I will have solidified myself. Okay? And 10,000 subscribers and followers is a milestone. And we're going to get there, guys. We're going to get there. Okay? A lot of pitfalls, but we're going to keep this format on this channel a little bit more professional. Really break down fights. And I feel like that's what we did. We did a lot of fight breakdowns today. And this is what I want. I want to get back into my element. I understand fights. I like breaking down fights. And I'm going to continue to do so. So, guys, go ahead before you leave. If you hadn't smashed that like button, go smash it. And yeah, man, because we're going to keep doing what we do here, guys. We're going to continue to do what we do. We're gonna drown these people out because they want to see us fail. They want to see, and I say us because it's us, you and me, side by side, okay? You and me, we're side by side. We're one-on-one. We're holding hands, and we're going down through this lake, guys, and we're crossing the water, and we're going to reach the people. We're going to reach the masses, and this show is going to be it's going to be the best show out there, okay? I'm going to keep building this show, and I'm going to do it with you, okay? And all I need is my 10, the 10 that's rolling with me strong, the 10 that's here every day. See, I don't need a million, guys, but we're going to build this show, and we're going to keep doing it because, guys, you know, we got to entertain. We can entertain you, okay? We're charismatic, okay? We got it going, man. These other guys, they don't have that charismatic. They're not charismatic, okay? Ain't nobody gonna listen to them. But we got this, y'all. We got this, okay? You and me together, we're gonna reach the masses. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all that rose strong, man. I appreciate y'all. George Page, man, for being solid, being real solid. Willetta Raines being solid. Okay, Dennis Espinoza being solid, okay? Dennis, they ain't over there on people hating, man, and all these hater channels. They ain't over there, man. They being solid because we on a mission, man. Okay? Solid. Genesis Green, solid. Solid. General Africa, solid. Okay? Robert Henry, solid. Okay? There it is. There it is. We got some solid, thorough dudes rolling around here, man. Thorough. Rob Johnson, solid. Okay? And the rest of y'all, man, if y'all rolling around, you know, y'all rolling around on people, man, that sneak dissing and talk about me, listen, I disassociate with y'all. That's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to do it because I'm going to keep building this, man. I like the new format of the show. And, you know, we'll have people come in, guys. We got it. The show went about 25 minutes over. And that's fine because, you know, we got some people in and we started talking. And that's what the show was built on. So, guys, I appreciate you guys' help. I appreciate y'all's support. You know, it is what it is, guys. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. And, George, I'm going to reach out to you behind the scenes, man. You know, they're taking away YouTube. They're taking away our little communication, man, with YouTube. I don't know if you know that, George. But they're taking that away. So, yeah, man, the messages on YouTube, they're going away September the 18th. So, yep, they're taking everything away. They're taking everything away from us, George. So, we ain't gonna be able to do that, man. So, I have to, you know, get up with you behind the scenes somewhere else, man. But we'll talk. And it's your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Support. And this is the best women's MMA platform on YouTube. Listen, man, don't let these other people tell you because they talking about they the best. Look, man, they weren't even doing it till I did it, okay? And I'm putting that out there. I'm putting it out there and I'm telling y'all. Okay, it is what it is. This is the best women's MMA platform on YouTube.